All right, knocking them out today, folks. Got a drum cam. I've been wanting to do this a while because I've been watching all these younger, newer generation metal drummers for years, and haven't watched a lot of the older guys, the old school guys. And the reason for that, I think, mainly is because back in their day, they didn't have a lot of phones and cameras that could actually record and sound good. That was part of my problem for years, was you can't record drums with a camcorder and have it sound good. It's going to sound like ass unless you play with brushes very delicately, and then who wants to watch that? And I can tell you from experience and from what I've uploaded, the answer is nobody. So as camera technology has improved and things have improved and things are different and you can do different things, and the videos that we do have of the older guys are later in their career. You're not going to get a lot of stuff from very early on that's going to sound decent. You're definitely probably not going to get a whole lot of drums only footage. You might get like arena shot from the crowd, somebody who had a camera, but to get that and the board audio and to do all this stuff, it just wasn't, the technology wasn't as common. So you're not going to get a whole lot of videos with that. But for this, we're going to check it out. This is, we're going to watch Dave Lombardo, who's one of the, one of the big ones. Dave Lombardo has played with different bands, Mr. Bungle, but he's, the Misfits, Suicidal Tendencies, I think he's been playing with, but he's a founding member of Slayer, and people love Slayer. So we're going to check it out. This is from 13 years ago, so it's later in, it's not the early days of Slayer. This is later. I think this says Big Four Yankee Stadium. I think it was the tour when it was like Slayer and probably Pantera and Metallica and Megadeth maybe, or somebody else. I don't know. I'm not going to look it up. Who cares? Anyway, is that rude? Is that mean? Let's see. Who's the Big Four? Big Four Yankee Stadium. Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, Anthrax. Oh, I missed Anthrax. Sorry, Anthrax. All right, let's see what Dave Lombardo's all about. Click. Big. He's got like a floor tom as a rack tom. That's pretty awesome. Whoa. Whoa, that came out of nowhere. He did that for his buddy who's behind him. I used to do that all the time. Be like, oh, there's my buddy, watch this. And you pull out some fill, drop a beat, doesn't matter. That's interesting. He's got like, oh, it's okay. I thought he was playing like a little tiny bell, but there's a bell there, but there's a ride on the other side of it. All right, yeah. I'm here. I get it. Oh shit. Whoa. Yeah. It's good range on the toms. Get like a full octave. Oh! Yeah, beat the shit out of that China. Dude, he's going off. You can see where the influence comes from. Like everybody, any drummer who's like discovering metal and watches this guy back in the day, they're gonna be like, dude, I want to do that. That looks fun as hell. I'm full of anger. I'm gonna get it out on my drum set, just like this. I think it's gotten faster. Somebody's behind him that he's like buddies with. He's like, watch this. I love this part. I think he's leading with the left hand too, which is kind of crazy on those fills. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you can see where it comes from. You can see why every drummer who was into metal in the 80s and 90s saw that and was like, I'm sold. I'm doing it. That's how I was with punk. When I was getting into punk and I heard like Dave Ron and Derek Plord, forget it. With jazz, it was Greg Hutchinson, Buddy Rich. Even though when I watched Buddy Rich, I was like, that's like insane on another level, but I want to be able to at least try to do that. But yeah, same with Greg Hutchinson, Peter Erskine. I just wanted to sound like that. I just wanted to look like, I wanted drumming to look as easy for me as it is for guys like that. So that's why I started getting into jazz, was like, I just want it to be effortless. And I also wanted to be able to play all these different kinds of music. Daphnis Pretu. Dude, if you don't know about Daphnis, you got to check out Daphnis. He's another Cuban drummer, by the way, who I saw him when he was like 18 years old, being the percussion section for an Afro-Cuban band, which is usually a conga player, a timbale player, a cowbell, a shekere, like 4 or 5 people all making up a percussion section. He covered the whole section on his own by himself. And it blew my mind to pieces watching this kid. And I was 16, he was like 18, and I couldn't believe it. So, but that's like the magic of music, is like you watch people and you go, that's insane, I want to do that. And so you do that. And it's so obvious that like Dave Lombardo, like clearly in that echelon of I'd hate to call them influencers, because influencers has like a different meaning now, but like he's in that Mount Rushmore almost of like the founders of metal. You know what I mean? And it's like obvious. Even at a later video like this, I would love to have seen when they were in their like prime. That would be cool. If there's any good quality video of that, drop a comment. Let me know where it's at. Anyway, love you. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.